It's been a while. It's been a little while since I've done one of these videos. Hi Verse, it's your girl KC here today to give you guys another video. So today Verse, I'm going to be doing another movie trailer reaction. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. I'm super excited to be doing it, by the way. You know, I kind of want to get back in the game of talking about movies, you know, dust off the spider webs, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get back into talking about stuff like this. I was kind of debating if I should, just because of the fact that this is another Marvel project, another one. I guess to give you guys a little perspective, for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge DC fangirl. I love DC. I grew up with the DC heroes, you know, Justice League Unlimited, the DC movies that were out at the time, Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4. I just grew up with all these characters, you know, they were my childhood heroes. And I've seen some Marvel projects, obviously X-Men animated. There was an Iron Man animated movie. There was, I think it was Wolverine versus Hulk and stuff like that. But yeah, basically I have my fair share of seeing Marvel projects. Now, to give you guys my quick insight, basically guys, I'm a little superheroed out. I made that very clear in some of my other videos. That's kind of the reason why I don't talk about movies as much right now online, just because there hasn't been a lot of projects that caught my attention, you know what I mean? I love talking about movies, but if I'm being honest with you, it's kind of the same thing every time, you know what I mean? It's just superhero movies. There are other projects, of course, you know, there's Netflix, HBO stuff, you know, Paramount, all this other stuff that's exclusive if you get the streaming services. But when it comes down to like the theater experience, it's just the same thing all the time. It's just superhero movies. Not that it's bad. I love superhero movies. If I get the chance to go see a new creative superhero movie, hell yeah, I'm gonna go see it. But I'm just a little burned out only because of the fact that Marvel, it's like they don't know how to stop. You know what I mean? Or at least just take a break and then come back with like some new fresh ideas. I think it would be great if they took a break and came back and it's like, you know what? It's been a few years. Why not? Let's go back and watch another Marvel movie. Hell yeah, you know, let's see what they brought to the table since Endgame finished or Phase 4 or whatever the fuck. Because, you know, they're obviously gonna do a Phase 5 and there's gonna be a Phase 6. Jesus Christ. There's gonna be a lot more phases and it's just gonna keep going on. Clearly, a lot of people after Endgame kind of dropped out. I know a lot of people, my friends know a lot of people that are like, you know what, after Endgame, I'm kind of done. Like, I mean, obviously there's still some people that are like, you know what, I'm done seeing all these movies. I mean, there's still a few heroes here and there that I want to look out for, of course. You know, me in particular is Doctor Strange. You know, some of these I'm kind of like, you know, I'm not really too hyped off anymore because there's so much. You know, there's even TV shows now and I don't watch all that. And if you watch all that stuff, damn, you got a lot of free time. That's just me. But with that said, lovers, Thor: Love and Thunder came out this morning and I was really thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what, let me react to this because I know there's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to this movie and I'm a little curious about it too, so why not? Let's get into it, huh? So with that said, lovers, let's get to it. So Verse, Thor: Love and Thunder, the official teaser has finally been released. I saw it this morning and like I said, I was debating if I should or not, and clearly I am. You know, why not? There's obviously certain people that are involved in the movie. I know Christian Bale's in the movie. I found out that he's been in here. I know Russell Crowe's in the movie. Obviously, we have Natalie Portman. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do that, especially since Jane Foster's comic is being out there, you know, as being the new Thor right now, to my knowledge. I don't really follow Marvel comics like that. But anyways, enough talk. Let's get straight into the teaser and see what they brought to the table. So, let's get to it, shall we? Oh, they brought the new... Oh, I mean the old costume.
These hands were once used for battle. Now they're but humble tools for peace. I need to figure out exactly who I am.
Like a redemption, maybe trying to figure himself out type of thing. Oh, he's losing the weight? Thank you. Thank you. Lose it, please.
Live in the moment.
Oh, the Guardians?
Superheroing days are over.
Let's see if that happens. Oh wow, that looks really clean. A new love interest. Zeus. Oh wow.
You ever feel lost?
It looks really well made. I'll give it that. The visuals looks very clean.
Me? What? Just listening.
Wait, where's Natalie? Wait a minute. I called it. I knew it. Okay, so let's talk about it, shall we? My thoughts verse. It looks fun. That's one of the things that I want to give Taika Waititi, the director of this one, and who also did Thor Ragnarok, which, in my personal opinion, I don't really have a problem with Thor Ragnarok. I just felt that the comedy literally overstayed its welcome. There were so many jokes. So many. And it was to the point where you're kind of like, we get it, you're funny, we get it, you know, but just tell me a good story. That's all I care about. And then you want to add jokes along the way, sure. But it was like a joke every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And not even that, Thor, he came off like an idiot, and you're kind of like, this is the God of Thunder. I mean, I get it, they're having fun with the character, but this is a little too much. Not that the movie was terrible, I just felt that the comedy really overstayed its welcome. But regardless, he did do a good job in that movie. You know, it was entertaining, it was fun, and you know, he hyped it up for, I believe, Infinity War was after that. And then here, after Infinity War, Endgame came, and then Thor got fat. And then, you know, a lot of people were like, cool, and then a lot of people were like, why? Like, I get it, you were depressed, you blamed yourself because of what happened, but why? Even I was kind of against that. I was like, really? Was this supposed to be a joke? Was Fat Thor just a joke or something? I don't know. Like, I wasn't a fan of Fat Thor, I'll say that. And then here, as you can clearly see, he's working it off. You know, he's burning them calories. I'm like, okay, no, I like that. And clearly this movie shows that Thor's going to be trying to find himself. You can clearly tell from the way how he's trying to figure things out. He's meditating. And I like that, yeah. That is a good question, too. It's like I said, after Endgame, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, they're still going with phase 4 and 5. Like, what's next? There's so much. I can't keep up with all this shit. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to know what are they building up to next. But now here, when it comes to the teaser and what I'm seeing, the visuals look stunning. I love the areas. It's almost like a open world video game at times. You know what I mean? I think that was Zeus in the trailer. You know, that could be Russell Crowe or maybe Christian Bale. I don't know what roles they're playing. The Guardians here, to me, I know this is only a teaser, but it could be like they might not be in the movie as much, just because of the fact that, you know, I know that James Gunn is going to come back and finish Guardians 3, and I know some of the actors made it very clear after Guardians 3 they're gonna be gone. They're like, that's it, I'm done. I know Batista made it very clear that he was like, after that, I feel like I'm done. There's not much more to do with Drax. So I can see that for sure, especially since they announced that some people are gonna leave during that movie, like the storyline wise. So I'm a little curious for that one. Chris Pratt, by the way, like, he looks a little off here. You know, he looks kind of grimy and dirty compared to the other movies that he was in, where he looks a lot more cleaner. So that's a little different. I wonder why. But yeah, even though there's some controversy with him, which I might get into. But now here, the main juice that a lot of people are talking about, which is Natalie Portman. So Natalie Portman, as you can see, I like her appearance somewhat. As you can look at her arms, she clearly has some muscle. She clearly worked for the role. She did what Brie Larson couldn't do. The only thing that I kind of don't like about this is just the fact that, you know, from what I hear, Natalie Portman is somewhat of a feminist. From what I hear, you know, she's made a lot of controversial comments, and she even pulled something at the Oscars that was kind of, it was pretty unfair. You're kind of like, really, you know, where she was like, to the best male nominee directors, and you're like, shut the fuck up. So after that, I kind of lost points for Natalie. Yeah, I didn't really keep up with her. And not even that, Jane Foster was supposed to stay throughout the storyline when it came to Marvel, but after the second movie, she didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And it wasn't because Thor 2 was bad, it was because the director of Wonder Woman was supposed to direct Thor 2, and I guess something occurred. I wasn't sure if it was creative differences. I wasn't sure, maybe they just couldn't figure out a schedule. I can't remember. It's been a little while since I was researching that, but basically she left the project, and Natalie was disappointed because she wanted to work with her. And ever since then, she made it very clear she was like, I'm not gonna come back. And then when they offered her Jane, and the fact that obviously she's gonna be a superhero, clearly she came back. I saw the Comic-Con clip where she came back, she's holding that hammer, and as you can clearly see, she looked a lot more slimmer. Here she looks a lot more bulkier. She dyed her hair. She obviously does look a lot like the comic. I've seen images, I haven't necessarily read the comic. I'm hearing there's a lot of problems with it though. You know, a lot of these new comics going on, there's a lot of problems with both DC and Marvel. But here, she looks good. I don't know, the helmet kind of, I know it does look the way how it's supposed to in the comic, but it looks a little weird. Maybe that's just me. Her entrance here in this teaser, I expected a little more. Another thing with Marvel here that was kind of predictable is the shock value. For those of you that haven't figured it out yet, right? Marvel is addicted to your reactions, by the way. They love doing shock value, where they want to get you to go, oh, you know, like they love to make you do that. They've done that with so many times with their teasers. You know, they show a particular scene, you watch the movie, and then that particular scene isn't there, and you're like, wait, what? You know, perfect example was Infinity War when Captain America was running, and you're like, where's that scene where they were all behind him? Where was that at? Or like Thor Ragnarok when Thor threw that hammer, and then they were like in an alleyway, and it turns out that didn't really happen, and you were kind of like, well, why did you hide it? If it was to show that you found Thor's dad, I mean, they didn't really know why they were there, so it didn't make any... Anyways, yeah, you know, sometimes these Marvel trailers, even though they're great to watch, for sure, don't believe them all the time. Sometimes they kind of, they add little twists here and there, even though it's not necessarily what it's gonna be. Perfect example, Spider-Man, right? When you found out that Venom was a part of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and then they did nothing with him. He was just there. Like, you were like, why was he even there then? It was pointless. You were like, what the fuck? Yeah, Marvel's planning is starting to go off a little bit, you can tell. Like, they make certain decisions where you're kind of like, I don't get it. Why did you do that if you weren't gonna do anything with it? I know hardcore Marvel fans of the movies are gonna be a little in denial about this, but please open your eyes a little bit, okay? Think about it. Like, why would they do that? Come on. I mean, I'm not lying, alright? It's a little annoying. But with that said, though, don't get me wrong. This teaser looks fun. It looks great. Would I see it? I think so. And obviously, it's Thor. You know, he's one of the OG actors, you know, who's been from 1 to 3 to 4 now. Oh my god. And honestly, I feel like at some point he's gonna get kind of tired of playing the role. I can already tell because he's doing a lot. And also, he's hilarious. He's great. I could see him doing a lot better in other projects. And also because now that Natalie's here, I feel like maybe if Chris Hemsworth leaves, there's a possibility Natalie would just take over. Clearly doing a new team. They made it very clear they're not doing any more Avengers movies, which is fine. I mean, there's other teams, you know. People were like, why? We need Avengers 5. I'm like, no, we don't. It's not the same. A lot of the cast ain't there anymore. A lot of the heroes aren't there anymore. It's not the same. There's other teams. Like, just do other teams, I guess, if you're gonna keep going on with this shit. But regardless, though, verse, you know, the trailer looks enjoyable. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna love it, you know, and especially since Natalie Portman's there. But with that said, though, let me know what you think of the trailer. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys don't? Did I miss something? Let me know. I'd be happy to hear. So with that said, lovers, if you like what you saw, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification for more content. I would really appreciate it. Look forward to the next video. And with that said, lovers, have an awesome day. Laters.